everybody, and welcome to the NTT IndyCar Series here from the Grand Prix of Detroit. No longer on the Belle Isle Street Circuit, we have moved across as well to the centre of Detroit. Motown has got a new lick of paint, and we are getting ready then. For the first time since the 1980s, we are at the same circuit that Formula One used to race at, just a little bit different. If you take a look at our driver track alongside us, if you watch along with us on YouTube, but just take a look at the bottom half there of the track, you'll notice it's the same section that we used to race on in Formula One as well. So, some history here as well. But we've had no easy means of running. If you've been joining us across our practice coverage as well, you might have seen as well Devlin DiFrancesco hitting the wall, numerous drivers going off the track causing red flags. It has been utter chaos, Josh T, because everyone's been flying everywhere while we try and get used to a brand new circuit. Personally, I say bring back Belle Isle. Nothing was wrong with that, but apparently we've got to stay here.
Yeah, hello everybody. Nothing was wrong with it. It delivered good racing. It delivered good crosses, good action, safe crosses as well.
Yeah.
Well, safe.
Safe as it can be, yeah.
Yeah, 90% of the time. But yeah, it's disappointment that it's gone, but I mean, I would blame it on FOM, but this is IndyCar, not F1, so I can't really blame it on FOM, but I can blame it on her. If you IndyCar.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't really work, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
There was nothing wrong with it, but the history and just going back to this circuit.
It means a lot, you know. I know where you're going from on that one, so don't worry. I at least will know what you're on about. Omi's in the pit lane as well, going to be watching some of the session. Hello, Omi. Action galore is expected. What are you thinking about this one, then?
Yes, hello Josh and everyone. Yes, I'm looking forward to this qualifying session. I'm getting used to now the IndyCar qualifying, so this is going to be an absolute banger, hopefully, of a session. I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope everyone else watching is too. So let's start with some predictions. What are you guys saying for poll?
I just actually came off the broadcast, and I off-grid network. I presume that's why you've asked me the question, to be fair, because you know I can't remember who I said for pick a bowl. I think I went Marcus Ericsson, didn't I? Because I always go Marcus Ericsson as Josh is.
You always went Marcus Ericsson, and that's why I put in chat. You always put Marcus Ericsson, don't you, Josh?
You see, even when I'm not going Marcus Ericsson, I still get called out for going Marcus Ericsson. So I just can't win. So yeah, Marcus Ericsson. My IndyCar's an absolute mess on the OBS stream. If you think Thingy's bad, my goodness, this one's even worse. Trying to find out where all our graphics are for this one on the 3Com team as we go back up there. So yeah, IndyCar, believe me, is worse for IndyCar timing screens, believe me. As we come into it, the session underway. Well, the session should be green, but unfortunately, we're not having any information because Josh said we're on air at what was coming into this one as well, but we're not hearing anything. So we're all sat here wondering very nicely what is going on, and has Josh led us down a dark path?
Well, it said on the IndyCar website 20 past.
Yeah, and the session hasn't gone green either, so it's not just him having a go at us either. It hasn't actually started yet on the TV screens. We think it's going to come on shortly as well. We'll hear what the 39 seconds until the green light goes on, I'm being told. We're getting a countdown for it as well. So we will be green shortly. Group 1, we'll see Helio Castroneves, Felix Rosenquist, Alexander Rossi, Alex Palou, Marcus Armstrong, Will Power, David Malukas, Connor Daly, Roman Grosjean, Devlin DiFrancesco, as well as Jack Harvey, Benjamin Pedersen, and Simon Pagenaud as well will be coming through on the mix. And by the way, if you want to see the latest from Tie-Dye Racing Gaming, who does fantastic street track failures, he's done the latest one on the tonight's episode of the Grid at Detroit. So I've linked it now in the YouTube chat. I encourage you all to go and watch that because it's absolutely fantastic, his series as well. I've linked that in the chat as well. But Rod says, back on soon, Josh. Hello. Scott, says, what's the track at the bottom corner of your screen that looks like a lowercase g? Where? What track at the lower of our screen that looks like a lowercase g? I'm not sure what about there. I can't see anything. Oh, that! Ah, Josh, they want to know what your track is. It's Brands Hatch.
This one.
Yes, yours. It's Brands Hatch. That's what you're on about, the lowercase g. It's Brands Hatch.
Brands Hatch Grand Prix.
It's Grand Prix circuit, Brands Hatch. But Detroit is alive, bright sunny conditions as our TV pictures finally return to us as well. A total of, what was it now, 7 minutes late. So, well done, NBC. Scott says, okay, I thought it looked familiar. Yeah, it's Brands Hatch as we come through. Track temperature at 113 Fahrenheit, temperature 86 Fahrenheit, humidity at 50%, bright blue sunshine. We used to be at Belle Isle, and now we're here at the centre circuit. This is practice 2. On the inside, a lock-up as well for the 11 of Sato, then unfortunately goes straight on as well. At the back of the circuit, Kalamila having issues as well, just brushing the wall. Numerous red flags, as it's weird actually seeing, Josh, these cars back in their track layout, not the oval layout, after the month of May. And Devlin DiFrancesco was the big hitter in the wall. Will Power touching it as well. Everyone, I think, Josh, is having numerous issues in practice 2 earlier on in the session.
Yeah, well, this is what happened with Helio Castaneres.
Traffic jam as well, wasn't there? With
yeah, traffic jam.
Everyone just sort of standing in the middle, waiting to see things not erupt, but try to just sort of keep it together. It was never going to work. Let's give a word then with our NBC colleagues before the green light goes on.
These drivers to get a lap this morning.
That's the thing, Diff. It's not like Herta missed a big part of the session.
No.
He might not have gotten a clean lap, but still, this is a guy that's dominated at places like Long Beach and Nashville. He's 20 dead last trying to figure it out. That's how competitive it is. That's how challenging this Detroit circuit is.
James and I saw him walking to the booth here before this session, and he said, I didn't get a single lap, not one. Not one. He said, I don't think I've ever been last in a session in my racing life.
Said, several times he was on a lap coming into turn 5, 4 or 5 tenths up on his best, and there's just a traffic jam coming out of there. And I think that's the story for a lot of drivers. So I'm not looking a lot at the practice 2 times, Townsend, in terms of who's got the raw pace, because I just don't think it was a fair fight this morning. No.
Away we go. The green light is on, and we are racing for this qualifying session. Group 1 going out there before Group 2 comes in as well. The timer will not activate until the driver starts his first flying lap. And with it being a different start and finish line, the green flag is at the exit here, down the boulevard as well. And this is down Jefferson Avenue. And then green flag will be coming in as the start line alongside the Brush Street. Before turn 3A, 3B, and 3C and 3D take us through as well down at Griswold Street. Leads us back on down the second Jefferson Avenue. Then we loop back as well through Bate Street, down through the rooftop as well at Waterview Loft at turn 6 and 7 where we're at now. Down the Winners Circle, up towards turn 8 and 9 as well, where the paddock is alongside the Riverwalk. Then the finish line is alongside Franklin Garage as well, and River East Garage down Franklin Street. We then turn back on, cross Bridge Street, and back on to Jefferson Avenue as well, and take the start line as well. It's a fantastic circuit layout that we're watching here on the monitor. First up there, we see the 30 out too, Josh, of Harvey, who had a disappointing run actually, did Jack Harvey, in the IndyCar Grand Prix, of course. Looking to bounce back here at the Detroit Grand Prix to push in. First Detroit Grand Prix held at this circuit, modification of course, I think since 1987. So it's a long time since we've been here in Detroit for this one, but it moved to Belle Isle, of course.
Yep, but we return here for the 2023 season. But Rod Brown in chat saying, Jess not bothered with IndyCar, she's busy with F1 Creator Series esports tonight, so it's just me and Josh, the 2 Josses, and Omi popping in and out in the pit lane. He's currently out and about, but 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in this practice session, and the first time on the board is a 108.234. Scrap that, 107.817 for Rosenquist, and that will keep changing like it is now, 107.
Palou
106.
going. Yeah, Palou going, then Rossi, Rosencrest, Harvey. Remember the top 6 of the 2 sessions go through. And there's a bolt on the circuit. Now, this could cause a red flag. What is that? Looks like
That's a big bolt.
Yeah, it looks like it. a washer bolt, doesn't it, on one side? And there's some more things coming. That must have been dropped from the Indy NXT race that we've just had on the circuit. It hasn't been picked up. It's right on the racing line as well. I'll be surprised if we don't get a red flag for that.
About is
Oh, we've
that?
got another
Whoa.
one off. There's another orange circle disc that is rolling onto the track.
105.
Yeah, it's Cashnova's 105. And that's so. Are these falling off the track? Are these falling off of cars? Where are they coming from? That's 3 now on the track. No sign of a red flag. Maybe they'll get everyone's first lap times down as well, but they're right in the racing line. If you hit those, it could cause a puncture. Past where Devlin DiFrancesco crashed this morning in practice 2. Across the finish line. That's where the finish line is, by the way, if you're needing to know. This out of winner's circle. Pelot 104. Armstrong 104.06. Pelot,
We could
Rossi.
get a 103.
Well, it's looking quick, isn't it? Really
There we go.
strong. Way. And it comes from the man who crashed this morning. It's Devlin DiFrancesco who puts it up with top dollar with a 103.8812. Armstrong, Pelot, Rossi, Daly, Rosenquist, Castro Neves to the top. So Castro Neves flying up there as well now with Devlin DiFrancesco in seconds on 103.642, Josh. This is great times we're seeing already. Bounce back up.
Are we going to get a 102 in the fast 12 or 6?
It's possible,
Possibly.
isn't it? Yeah. Pedersen, 103.9. I reckon we could see a 129, 128, as you say. That could be
Yeah.
almost on full course throttle, shouldn't it?
Rosenquist 103.3, Polo or 103.2. We could have it this session.
So they're actually pushing quicker and quicker and quicker. Could we see sub 1 minute when they get up to speed? I think that's pretty much likely. 102.8 for Armstrong.
There it is.
So Marcus Armstrong finding the pace out there. Devlin DiFrancesco stays in 3rd. Remember, top 6 of the 2 group stages combined together. As Power flicks the car in. Malukas up to 6th. Wow. And Grosjean 5th. So Cashneves was top, and look how quickly it changes. Cashneves now down to 7th again. Will Power going on in this session? Cashneves goes P5. Power touched the wall in practice 2 this morning. He's got a rear kick, and he's back into the box as well. So Power plays no further part at the moment. 5:42 to go on the board. Armstrong, Pedersen, Power, Pelot, DiFrancesco, Rosenquist top 6 at the moment. As we look now at Jack Harvey in the number 30, running 13th and last at the moment. That'll be 26th on the board in tomorrow's race as well, with the way the qualifying format reduces itself. Pelot into the pits. As we now take a look at the 11 of Marcus Armstrong, of course, replacing Takuma Sato on the road courses this year.
Yeah, well, there's a possibility, maybe, that if you get it wrong out of the penultimate corner and there's a big quick sort of oversteer, there's a high possibility that you could be forced into the pit lane after that mistake and have to do a drive-through, which you didn't want to do, or you go into the wall, the pit wall on the inside.
It's a really unusual pit lane, this, isn't it? Because it's double-sided. The first double-sided one we've had, I think, since, about 13 years or so. So it's really unusual to have it here.
There's a story, and I'll change the words for it to make it
Go on.
So I'll change the words so it's friendly for this broadcast. But we were in between the broadcasts between FP2 and F1 qualifying. So FP2 for IndyCar and F1 qualifying or something like that. Might have been BTCC or something. I think it F2 sprint. There we go. F2 sprint and F1 qualifying. And we were talking about the pit lane, and like people who haven't seen the practices broadcasts, Omi, Jess were in the box, and just
I was
waiting
watching
for the next session.
Yeah, I was watching the practice.
And we were talking about how crazy the pit lane is, and they were really, really surprised and so confused, and just like, I don't think they've ever seen it. I've never seen a double-sided pit wall, and it's like the fast lane's in the middle.
Formula
You've got
E.
pit boxes either side, yeah, and it's a little bit like Formula E, but without the wall in the middle.
Yeah.
So basically, let's just say other language was used.
Hong Kong
in
had
the
one.
reactions.
Yeah, Formula E
but-
Hong Kong had a double pit lane as well.
I mean,
no wall.
with double pit lane, I should say I've seen double-sided pit lanes, but this is what I meant was this is the first double pit lane I've seen without a wall in the middle.
without the wall, yeah. It's a very dangerous concept, to be fair. There's bound to be something wrong with it in the race as well. I
And-
guarantee we'll have a caution in the pit lane.
Pit road is so wide where the pit boxes are, but
Yeah.
it's just imagine a massive funnel. Whoa!
And that is
Captain
backwards,
Neves is
Captain
around.
Neves. Is that going to bring out the red flag? It's just at the entrance to
Strong,
Jefferson Avenue.
101.8.
Wow, Armstrong flying out there with a 61 second time. Cash Never's going backwards for Myshak Racing. That's down Jefferson Avenue. And he might be able to 360 it. But I think, I hope he doesn't stall it, because if he does, it's a red flag situation and he'll lose his fastest time. Drivers are backing out. It's still green up there at the moment. They haven't thrown the red flag. But I think he stalled it, you know. No, he's creeping. Power goes past. And you're clear now. Yep, away. Getting going. Well done, Cash Neves. Well done. Sammy did it then, Josh. He's going to lose the rear, isn't he, on exit? Yep.
Yep, loses the rear. Very close to hitting the wall on the exit. There was probably a couple of inches in that, maybe 15 centimetres. But yeah, that was very close. Too close for comfort for Julio Castroneves. Not what you want to be doing in the Fast 12 or Fast 6 if he gets through. He's currently 8th for a 103.396. Armstrong, while that was happening, 108.8. Absolutely incredible. The second fastest time, a 102.696. That's done by Polo. But the top 6 currently, with a minute and a half left, Armstrong, Polo, Rosenqvist, Grosjean, Pedersen and Power.
Polo's up by 10 thousandths as well on Armstrong's time. Rossi, however, I'm looking down, as we're right on board as well with him. He's up by nearly 3/10 of a second. So Rossi is looking mega quick for our McLaren as well. Devin Francesco up into 5th. Power now improving by 4/10. Rossi's up by 5 as we fly with him now. Oh, jumps over the curb. Grosjean goes 3rd. So Romain Grosjean improving 62. Rossi 62.6024. Rossi goes 2nd fastest now and still quicker. With 40 seconds left of the session as we come down to Waterview Loft alongside the Detroit River. Bumping over the curbs. It's a great track.
Oh.
I do like this track. It's very Formula One. But it's changed
Very.
lots since the 80s.
Very Formula One. But there's some parts of this circuit which could be called the same width as a wide pit lane at some tracks. Like there, for example. Or like that could be a wide fast lane at some circuits with a big pit lane. It's so narrow and
Check
checker flag is. I won't be surprised. Grosjean second to 102.176.
Power's on a time. There's the flag.
Let's have a look. No, it doesn't improve. Oh yes, Pazano 4th, just updated quickly. I won't be surprised if we see an incident at blocking pit entrance or exit, or blocking the track at the narrow parts of the circuit like here.
So the flag is at the exit as long as the winner's circle straight. There it is with the timing tower is for qualifying. Power stays 5th. And now Power goes 4th ahead of Pagano. So Pedersen crosses as well as Daly. Doesn't he? Daly improves to 8th and goes straight on actually. And that's going to cause a problem. Hopefully he doesn't stall it. If he does, it causes a red.
No,
He's got it through.
Spun around.
And that's
Nice
it.
and clean.
All done. So session 1 is over. Pedersen was last to cross the line, and he's 2/10 down. So it's Armstrong, Grosjean, Palou, Power, Pajot, and Rosenqvist the first half
Look at
of the
Daly.
Firestone top 12. Rossi, Daly, Devincesco, Pedersen, out there, Malukas, Castroneves, and Harvey. But Daly, of course, cut the course and went straight on. That's why he was faster. But that's it. Session over.
Yeah.
And Armstrong, 101.558 is quickest. That's quite good.
Yeah, well, Castroneves unfortunately not able to make it into the Fast 12 after his spin, which wasn't the best, and you can never miss this car. It's Devlin DeFrancesco. Good work from the mechanics to get it all sorted out. It was a big hit, but not too much damage because it hit on the wheel, not the actual car. Here is what happened with Devlin DeFrancesco. Did he hit the wall?
Yes,
yes, he did.
Rear suspension.
The rear,
going
not the
on.
front.
Yeah.
This time.
Let's just keep rebuilding that car then as they come into it. Just touches the wall. Right, let's catch up with NBC then whilst we take a break in between the sessions.
Qualifying and tomorrow's 100-lap race. Just under 170 miles in total distance duration. This is going to be wild. Absolutely wild tomorrow. Here with IndyCar returning to the downtown streets of the Motor City. All right, there's Devlin DeFrancesco, ZevTech Honda. He did not advance, and so too did these drivers. Alexander Rossi, did he have a chance? Did he leave it too late? Will he be left reflecting on that decision as he sits on the outside looking in?
David Malukas there with Dale Coyne Racing. Kind of lost some of the magic that we've seen last year so far this year. I haven't seen a big pop performance like I expected for the driver in his second year. Benjamin Peterson doing a nice job out qualifying Malukas, Castro Neves, and Jack Harvey. If you're a rookie in IndyCar, you've got to find the positives, and that's a pretty good job for the driver of the 55.
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, the pace from the RLL camp that we saw at the GP not transferring here with Jack Harvey 25th on the grid.
So that's Group 1. Group 2 to come. What lessons were learned and how will they execute? There is the Renaissance Center, Chevrolet's headquarters, General Motors headquarters, pardon me. And what a view this is. What a sight. President of General Motors, Mark Royce, here, and with so many GM staff. So proud to have this racing venue here with thanks to Roger Penske, the Penske Group, Penske Entertainment, everybody involved. Look at that for a view, high above the Rencent. So just fantastic views, and this setting has given a lot of people a lot to talk about. Let's hear from one guy who did not make the cut to the Fast 12.
But really close. Connor Daly was right there trying to extract everything possible. What was that session like?
Well, honestly, it's the first time I did a clear lap in what feels like 3 weeks. So, you know, that's literally 3 seconds faster than what we've done, or 2.5 seconds faster than what we've done. So, great step forward for the team. Really appreciate the work that they've done on helping me here. This has been a tough track for sure for me. But yeah, just bitnow.com. Thankful to have them here, and hopefully we can have a a good race. That's definitely our best qualifying for sure of a road course to street course so far this year. So, if you're right behind Alex Rossi, you're usually not doing a terrible job. So.
What's the physical challenge going to be of this race tomorrow? I cannot imagine it is very comfortable in these cars.
Well, I mean, you're just going so slow everywhere. Everywhere's a first-gear corner except for one corner. So the heat, that means there's no air at all. And we have every hole open on this car that you could have open on it. So that's just going to be it. But thankfully, since there are so many slow corners, the actual physical load of the steering wheel is lighter. So I think it'll be okay, but it's just going to be hotter than the herd of turtles in there for sure.
A herd of turtles. All right. Thank you, Connor Daly. Over to Marty.
Let's chat with Alexander Rossi, who finishes just outside, making the Firestone Fast 12. Boy, you were on your flyer, your first flyer there, and you had to slow down seemingly for traffic. How much did that hurt the overall program?
It's hard to say. It's disappointing to miss it by that much. I mean, on that last lap there, I brushed the wall out of turn 2, so that for sure cost us as well. So it's disappointing. I feel like the McLaren Chevy's been good this weekend. Practice 2, we didn't really get a read on anything. So went into qualifying a little bit guessing, but yeah, I mean, we should have transferred. So unfortunate. We'll just have to make up for tomorrow.
Alex, with traffic and how tight this course is just overall, is this maybe one of the toughest and most challenging qualifying sessions of the year?
No, I don't think so. I just think it's going to be tough for everyone, not just me. Tough for everyone with really not having a practice too to get an understanding of the car. So that's what makes this one challenging. But it's a joy to drive this track. I think everyone's done a really good job to get it to the level that it's at, and it'll be an interesting race tomorrow.
He brings up the point of that qualifying or that practice session too, guys, and saying no one really got a session in. Townsend, you and I were up there in the booth for that. He means that all the traffic out there, 27 cars on the racetrack, it was difficult for anyone to get a clean lap, as we've talked about.
Yeah, everybody's stacking up in the queue before the timing line in practice. I really don't think it'll be an issue in the race. I expect drama. I expect some yellows early on, but if it's anything like the Indy Next race in the second half, it should be some great racing.
Just to finish a point on Alexander Rossi, he missed making.
So Group 2 sees Scott Dixon, Kyle Kirkwood, Scott McLaughlin, Pato O'Ward, Callum Ilott, Augustine Canapino, and Venus VK, Christian Lundgaard, Graham Rahal, Marcus Ericsson, Joseph Newgarden, Santino Ferrucci, Stingray Robb, and Colton Herta. And I think Josh as well, a nice bunch coming through here as we get the 10 minutes ready to activate as well soon. Who's your pick to go forward?
Keep an eye on Kirkwood. He's showing what he can do in long beats, and this track has been what's happened here in pit road.
A little bit of
that's Rahal and Kirkwood.
Yeah, Rahal just ahead, and Kyle was not happy with that. And it's a tight exit of the pit lane here. It's a big pit lane, but it does narrow out quite quickly. It's like a funnel, isn't it? It is like a funnel. It's a weird pit exit here.
Yeah, and that's going to be happening a lot in the race if we're under caution. If we're under caution and pit road's open, watch out is all I'm going to say. Oh, that was a bit of a switch from, I believe, the number 45 of Christian Lundgaard, who is in this group. But Santino Ferrucci, keep an eye on his pit stops. He is on the most awkward pit box I have seen in my lifetime, which isn't long.
That narrows it down. It's a very hard pit lane. 3, 4, 5, and 6 then. Coming with the power of acceleration. Oof. He's boxed out and abandoned the lap time. Apparently, Charles Leclerc and Ferrari are not happy and might go and do investigation with each other.
Who? Again?
Charles Leclerc and Ferrari aren't happy. They might go and do investigation. Just double checking, Josh, that you can see the TV pictures on your side without my Discord.
Yeah, I can see them, they're fine.
Good. I just need to get my laptop updated as we got a lock up then for the 14th. Santino Ferrucci going straight on down at turn 8 towards the paddock section, down at Water Street. Just a little bit close to comfort there, unfortunately.
Yeah, Dixon, first lap time on the board of 105.239. And Newgarden, second lap time was a 106.894. And now the rest of the lap times. The first of the lap times isn't as quick as we will get. We've seen 101.8 round 1, group 1. So we'll see if we can get any quicker or slower than that.
Update for you on Pierre Gasly. He's been dropped 3 grid positions for blocking Verstappen.
Okay.
And I think there's also one. And he's also been given a further 3-place grid penalty for blocking Sainz.
So 6.
Yeah, 6 in total. Russell has been given a formal warning to the driver and the team.
Kirkwood 103.588.
Yeah, so Russell's been given a formal warning to the team as well about the Hamilton incident. So there you go. That's the latest updates that we've got for you. Kirkwood 103 then, as Josh said on that opening gambit as well. Award, Newgarden, Ericsson, Dixon, Rahal, the current top 6 go through. VK jumps up into 4th position as we ride on board. It seems to be our only angle at the moment because we've been on it for about 5 minutes now, and it is coming on as well with the 45 of Christian Lundgaard. Has the trackside cameras broken down or something? Do we need to get someone out there with a little bit of a truck? What's happened?
There's no red flag. I said it. I meant there's no lightning because we're not under the flag.
It's bright
Dixon
sunshine.
103.037.
Where are you going with that one? Where are you going with
Spain.
That one? Oh,
Spain.
right. Dixon 103. Kirkwood 102.8341. So Kirkwood improving on the time. Thanks for the good coverage, Josh and crew. Hello. Transport, Augusta says Canapino as well. Hello, everyone. Rod Brown says this could get messy with things heating up. It could do indeed. Kavike goes 5th. Kirkwood, Dixon,
Okay.
Award, Longard, VK, Newgarden in the pit lane, top 6, and Herta goes 6th. VK's out. 500 winner was 21st in practice. Really been distracted,
That's
the whole of Penske
news
are.
to me.
What?
That VK won the Indy 500.
No, Newgarden. Wait, your brain is going. I said
What do you mean my brain's going? You said VK.
You weren't listening. I said VK goes 6th. And look at Newgarden down in 9th.
My brain is going.
Our Indy 500 champion isn't concentrating.
It's so short, you
My
can
chair's
afford
going.
that.
Yeah, you've got a fucking chair. Hey, Scotty Mac. This is what happens when you have a 19-hour day.
Yes.
Well, for me, not you. You barely made it to the touring cars.
I was around.
It's not accessible. There's coming through there, through Woodward. As they push back up. Yeah, our laptop just won't, our timing screen just won't update to what we need it to, so we're just going to get it zoomed up quickly. Oh, look! You press it and immediately it jumps back up to pictures. So that's a little trick we can keep hold of.
Oh, would you look at that? We're on another camera angle.
Were we?
I lot into the pits.
Oh, right, yeah. So it's Kirkwood.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Back on board with the 45. What is it? Have they signed a deal with Hy-Vee or something or other?
Maybe.
Get us off this camera. We don't want to see Longard all the time. We want to see the others. What about Dixon? He's improving. VK, Ferrucci, Newgarden, Ericsson, Rahal, all the others that are out on the track. There is more than the 45 of Christian Longard.
Not according to the
No.
new TV directors of IndyCar, because they lost the F1 Monaco Grand Prix
Tele Monte
contract.
Carlo.
Tele Monte Carlo.
And now we've got a replay. Oh, look, it's Colton Herta's on board. And he's jumping, coming into victory circle. Oh, he's touched the wall. Coming down winner's circle. Hit the rear suspension in the same place where Dylan DiFrancesco crashed this morning, so that's going to hurt. Dixon's out on the track. And Dixon's gone 4th. See? A great lap and we missed it. 102.8226. Somebody just slap the TV directions for me, thank you.
I mean, I'm not in Detroit, but I mean, Joe and Ben are the other side of the country, so they can't do
In
anything.
Portland, yeah. In fact, no one's in Detroit. No one that I know is in Detroit, so yeah.
Pain.
That's disappointing.
Pain,
Dixon's,
capital P, full stop, Charles Leclerc.
Dixon's bouncing over the curbs as well, trying to find some grip. The front of that Chip Ganassi is bumping down winner's circle across the control line for this qualifying session. And it looks quite good there. On board once again with the 45 of Longard.
Oh, that was a little, as I said, getting a little bit wide on the exit of 8. Nearly went into the pit road. Not as close as some other people might
he's
get
locked it.
tomorrow. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. That was close.
Got lucky there. As he comes, that was coming into the last 2 corners. It's different here because turn 1 is actually down at Franklin Street. Turn 2 is at Jefferson Avenue. Then we've got the start line here as we come down past, of course, at Jefferson Avenue into turns 3, 4, 5, which is the Splits Plaza. Go on.
VK just went second to 102.47.
Yeah, and we're not seeing it. We're stuck on board with the 45 for some reason, and it's really beginning to get on my nerves because we do not care about Christian Longard. We want to see what is happening as, look, Dixon's gone second. We didn't even look at his lap. VK is improved, but for some reason we're just looking at Longard, who is 2 seconds off the pace.
And NBC on ad rates, because I've just turned them up and they're commentating on it.
Here's McLaughlin finally. He's P7. Drifting up past the pit lane. Looking quite strong.
Yeah, a car which you also can't miss. One is Devlin DiFrancesco. That's so tight at the exit of turn 1 uphill until turn 2. A bet on a lap 1. No, that's
Blue suede car as well
lap
for
1,
McLaughlin.
yeah.
McLaughlin's
Lap 1
ditched.
is it?
Yeah, McLaughlin's ditched the light yellow and gone with a light blue instead as we ride on board with Newgarden now, our champion from the Indy 500. Back, of course, to his traditional black and white livery as the lead driver at Penske, as Power sort of left that livery a couple of years ago.
We've just had our fastest lap and we
What?
didn't see it.
Ah! I'm going to Matt
Because we
Gallagher.
were stuck on Lundgaard. A 101.5.
I'm going to Matt Gallagher my cheer in a minute if this kid carries on. This is shocking direction. McLaughlin's looking strong.
You would have a PSGL and GTO make a run to you.
Oh, well. They can get me a new one. They'll understand it if they watch this. Oh, puncture!
Oh!
And guess who it's on? The 45!
And we weren't watching!
Oh my God, what is this TV direct? If this is like this tomorrow, I'm sorry, but this is going to be one boring race. And now the Detroit Grand Prix from Christian Lundgaard. If he's out the race, what are they going to do? Kind of hoping he crashes now so that we have to get some good angles. As we look at Newgarden coming through with 8 seconds left of the session.
I mean, they're showing so much of Lundgaard, they just might as well do what NASCAR do and GT World do, which is, checkered flag out by the way, which is just stream the onboard live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because they're showing it so much.
May as well. Oh, McLaughlin is flying. He's 8th at the moment. He's half a second up. McLaughlin goes second. 101.7482. Marcus Ericsson, 12 thousandths off. He's sliding, coming into winner's circle. Into the complex as well. Bumping over. 10th up. Does he bump VK? Waiting. Yes! Newgarden's through. And that's it. VK's down by a 10th. Canapino is 11th. So the top 6 from round 1 of qualifying Group 2 is Kirkwood, McLaughlin, O'Ward, Dixon, Ericsson and Newgarden, the 6, completing the Firestone 12. And out is VK, Eilert, Lundgaard, Canapino, Ferrucci, Herta, Robin Rahal. Bad session from Herta here. Again, Josh, really bad.
Yeah. Well, good news is we won't have to see. Here's what happened with Lundgaard, and look, it's our favourite camera angle. This is how he got. Did he hit the inside wall?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
he did.
he's broken the suspension as well down at Winner's Circle. Do we know who won the FA Cup, by the way?
Yeah, the same people who won Premier League.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah.
The Reds, Manchester United. Oh, the Russians. So, the session's over then.
I think.
Lundgaard didn't get through, he's in 9th, so he is done for the day. Firestone 12 is coming up shortly, so turn then to NBC.
Yeah.
I hit the same wall at the same point. But this morning was just sort of unfortunate because I didn't even know I'd hit it until I just felt the car pulling to the left and I was punctured. So, but no, it sucks at this moment because all 3 cars are out and you're out there pushing as hard as you can just to try to extract time out of the car. And I feel sorry for the crew and the whole crew, the Hy-Vee Honda crew in general for not being able to perform as we want to at this point, and it's a tough one to swallow.
Kind of talk to me about the decision to go with back-to-back sets of alternate tires. Did you feel like that was your one shot to make it in? Or best shot?
Yes and no. I mean, we just don't seem to have the pace on the blacks. We're seeing some of the other guys doing the same pace on blacks as we are on the reds. So clearly we're lacking pace and we need to investigate and understand.
There you go, Christian Lundgaard going to chat with his team right now. But yeah, trying to extract all he could out of the car. Same corner, same result as earlier this morning, Diff.
Yeah, he's trying, that's for sure. He gave it everything he had, but unfortunately Lundgaard and his RLL teammate Graham Rahal do not advance, and so too Colton Herta after that big double wall slap.
Yeah, tough break for Herta. Graham Rahal, rough day. 27th, over a second off his teammate Christian Lundgaard.
And again, that puts 2 RLL cars right at the back after Jack Harvey's run in Q1. So a tough start to the season for that team continues. But one of the drivers that's been very impressive this weekend, Agustin Canapino, the rookie, and Dave Burns is with him now.
Catching up with him, he just had a chance to jump out of the car, and today better than yesterday.
Yes, I could do the qualifying without problems. Of course, we want more, but anyway, it's a good job for the team recovering the car. Thanks for the whole team for the job yesterday. I think we will start 20 tomorrow, and we try to do our best.
Other than the traffic, the other cars, what's the most difficult part of this course to you?
The practice was insane. Now in qualifying, it's okay, but anyway, I think the track is very tricky, and we have a really difficult race tomorrow.
Tricky track, Kevin, always a challenge for these drivers.
Rinus VeeKay missed by advancing by 1/1000th of a second. How do you process that?
I mean, it's fast, or not fast forward, like going back to 2 weeks ago, it was that close again. So unfortunately, it is that close to advance. So you know, if it was for 8th place, you don't care that much. But I mean, for advancing, that's important. So yeah, damn, I wish we could have made it in. It's tough. I pushed really hard out there, attacked some walls, but yeah, it's just a little bit of speed, and I took it up this time.
All things considered, though, have you guys made progress? You qualified near the back in the other 2 street races. Are you getting to where you need to be now?
I think we're getting better. It's hard to get actual laps in practice because people were standing still all the time. So basically, the section turn 5 to turn 7, you know, I haven't really done at speed for the last session. So I mean, it went pretty well. I think car felt pretty good, and you know, there were some little things like brake bias that I needed to dial in, but nothing crazy. So yeah, wish we would have made it in. It was again very tight.
Rinus VeeKay will start 14th tomorrow. Dave.
Kevin, when I say Callum Ilott missed by just a little bit, I mean, it is so close. You were working well out there.
Yeah, we had a good car. It's just super tight. Less than a 10th would have put me P6. It is what it is. You know, we haven't had many clean laps here. Trying to get the car together, and the car feels good. It's just some people's feels better, I guess. But no, honestly, we worked well. I expected a little bit more, but pretty happy with that, to be honest.
You and I were talking yesterday about the lack of sim time for you on this track. How are you getting accustomed to it? It's a little different.
Yeah, well, we haven't done any sim all year, so it's not new for us in that sense. Yeah, I saw some onboard video of someone driving it on a Assetto Corsa or something, and was like, right, I'll use that. And then I did 2 laps on these tugger thingies, and yeah, that was my sim.
Assetto Corsa has been very popular this week. Drivers trying to get any knowledge they can, Kevin.
Santino Ferrucci was challenging, advancing, and I think all things considered with the way it was going yesterday, is this a good step in the right direction?
Yeah, you know, our base car, we don't think it's bad. You know, we just have a lot to learn with the damping, I think, and I think we know that, which is good. It's good and bad because it's good we know where to look. It's bad because it's really hard to adjust on a race weekend. But no, we're working really hard, obviously. Yeah, we've closed the gap now down to half. We had 3 seconds off yesterday. So, you know, this race is going to be interesting. I don't necessarily know how much pace you're going to need because you could have a race like we had in Nashville in 2021. So, yeah, just work hard into morning warm-up and see what we got.
You are in a very unique location. We talked about this before the weekend started. First pit stall, driver's right. Is that going to be a disadvantage for you tomorrow?
It's a huge disadvantage. Regardless, the whole right side of this pit lane, you have to go under the pit limb to even make the turn. So everybody's really checking up. The pit start zone is way too late for us. I'm already in neutral when I come around that corner. So I'm going about 25 miles an hour coming around there, and everybody else that's got to go to the left side is going to be on the limiter in 40. So assuming we don't get run over in the race tomorrow, hopefully we'll have a good one.
Another reason to watch tomorrow, Santino Ferrucci. Dave.
Kevin, as we were watching earlier, into the wall went Colton Herta. That team is meeting now to discuss the repairs that were attempted to try to get him back out there. They didn't quite have enough time. Both the upper suspension, the wishbone they call it, and the toe link were broken on the 26th there on the right rear. So they worked hard. They were almost there, but didn't have enough time to fix it for Colton and get back out. Colton didn't want to talk to us about it. I'm very disappointed that he couldn't get his clean lap in and move into the next round. So try to fix things now, get him ready for the race, get prepared for tomorrow, because that's the big show.
Well, it's a tough one, Dave, because he's going to start from 24th out of the 27 cars as his new strategist for this season, Scott Harner. Hey, as the crow flies, it's only about 2 miles away. By road, just over 3 miles. There is Belle Isle. Yeah, first raced IndyCar there in 1992, all the way up to last year. It kind of looks odd seeing it with no race set up, but what a beautiful spot. There it is, just down a little ways down the Detroit River. And from there, from decades of history there, if you look to your left and you see the Rencent, that's where we are now. So let's take a closer look at exactly where we are now, fellas, and a more detailed look at this almost 1.7 mile street circuit.
Across the shores, James, from the Great Canada, just across the Detroit River. This thing measures 1.645 miles, one of the shortest street circuits in the history of IndyCar. 9 turns in total. Huge passing opportunity down in turn 3 after coming off the longest straightaway on the IndyCar schedule for road and street circuits.
Yeah, 7/10 of a mile there down into turn 3, but it's going to be a tricky break zone down into turn 3 with some of the surface changes and bumps the drivers are dealing with. And that middle section is quite technical, and the drivers, you know, it's bumpy, but they said, hey, look, it's actually got a pretty fun rhythm to it once you get those clean laps, like Colton was saying.
Let's get to it. This is the Fast 12.
Green lights on, away we go for the Firestone Fast 12. And this is now where the business begins, because this sets the grid for the first 6 rows of the grid, 2x2 on the formation starts as well. In this session, Dixon, Rosenquist, Palou, O'Ward, Ericsson, Power, Newgarden, McLaughlin, Armstrong, Grosjean, Kirkland, and Pagina. And Josh, who do you think is going to go through in this session then? Who do you think will be the one to progress to the Firestone Fast 6?
I'm hoping
Yeah.
will do it. Dixon, I think, is going to definitely do it. Keep an eye on Kirkwood as well. It's Armstrong, Grosjean, Palou, Power. And as it fades away, let me just get my timing screen up and refresh it.
The trusty timing screen goes
There
forward.
we go. Armstrong, Grosjean, Palou, Power, Pagano, Rosenquist, Kirkwood, McLaughlin, O'Ward, Dixon, Ericsson, and Newgarden.
Hello, Emmy. What did you make then coming into the Fast 12? Have you been watching whilst also having food?
Yes. Also, I've just seen Gasly has been given 2 penalties.
Yeah, 3 places. So he's been given 6 place grid penalty for tomorrow's race.
Yeah. I've been watching a tiny bit, so yeah, it looks really close. So I'm excited.
Fingers crossed. It's going to be a nice, easy
Simple
weekend. Sensible has not, yes, as he goes through.
Simple has responded to VK missing out on the top 12 by 1,000th of a second.
What's he said?
Let's just say he said 2 things.
Both on
One, I wanted to re-watch the quali when I had time. Oops. My fault. 2, a word which I will not say, which starts with F. He's not happy.
Yeah. Fudge, of course, is the word.
Yes, fudge.
Yeah, I want fudge.
Anyway, Dixon,
I want
across
fudge
the
now.
line.
I want vanilla fudge from the seaside now. Well, look, I am at a seaside. I should pick some up tomorrow. I'll get someone to go out and pick some up for me as well, and I can have some vanilla fudge. I make great actual Mars bar fudge. Just to let everyone know, that's a delicacy of mine that I make. I'll give you the recipe one day. That's it. I need to set up a food channel, honestly. Palou, fastest, 104.1682. Dixon, O'Ward, Rosenquist, Power, Ericsson, the first 6 then to complete times. But already, that was a banker lap. They're already flying out there now with much quicker, much faster times. As Dixon breaks down into the turn 3 hairpin, coming back down Jefferson Avenue into the Detroit Windsor Tunnel section of the track at Bate Street, past Waterview Lake, swinging back into Winner's Circle to complete the lap time. Does Dixon improve? He's up by 0.2 of a second. This will be a 1:04.3 at best. So 1:03.8. He's a second quicker. That's brilliant from Dixon on his opening gambit. O'Ward closing once again. I think, Josh, as well, this is going to be quite a surprising session. Palou top, Dixon second, Rosenquist third, as O'Ward crosses the line and moves up into 3rd position as the TV tower freezes. Here's Newgarden.
Yeah, we could tell that O'Ward wasn't going to top the session TV directors, so and Palou had a chance. So why were we with O'Ward, not Palou? That's a question we need answered. Anyway, Newgarden coming out the final corner, goes towards turn 1, not where the start line is for the qualifying.
McLaughlin's up to second, Grosjean's up to fourth, Dixon's down to fifth, but is, I think, boxing at the end of this lap time as well. Look at the bottom half though, Pagano, Newgarden, Ericsson, Rosenquist, they're all improving by significant margins as well. Cross the line, yep, Dixon will improve. On board now with Pato O'Ward, back to the traditional McLaren livery. Into, win a second, loses the rear of the car, almost in the wall. Coming out of turn 7. How much time did that cost O'Ward? Not that much. Goes third fastest. McLaughlin's improving as well. Ericsson goes third. Power goes second. And Scott McLaughlin is looking mighty. Third at the moment, up by 10th. Cross the line. McLaughlin for the top, 102.5717. But Omi, there is time to be found out here. Who have you enjoyed so far in this session? Who do you think could take Firestone Fast 6 positions?
I'd say...
It won't be... I'm sorry, it won't be Kirkwood. Kirkwood's out. Trying to call the brakes. Has he damaged the wheel there, Josh?
Possibly.
That's bizarre.
Fastest lap time with a 104.60.
I wonder if he's hit something, hit the barrier somewhere and just caused up some problems. Anyway, yeah, sorry, Omi. Oh, hang on, here we go. What do you think, Omi? Hit the wall?
Yeah, that's what
Oh!
yeah,
Whoa!
Just a bit.
Yeah, big hit, actually.
Only a little bit of damage.
Kirkwood starts 12th then. Unless Armstrong's done something, because Armstrong has only done 106.334.
With that damage, surely Kirkwood will be able to go back out again, surely. Right.
He is serious, and don't call me Shirley. Into the pit lane comes Grosjean. So that's it. Everyone's done their initial lap. So it's McLaughlin, Palou, Grosjean, Power, Newgarden, Pagano, the Firestone Fast 6 runners so far. Then we go to Ward out with Ericsson, Dixon, Rosenquist, Kirkwood, and Armstrong filling position 7 to 8. Here is Kirkwood.
Talk me through what happened and what you were seeing.
Well, I'm disappointed for the crew because that was a pole winning car, no doubt. AutoNation Honda's been on rails all weekend. Man, I barely touched the wall, like barely touched it. I touched it way harder in all the practices, and it's just like the angle of which the wall was right there. It's like, and it just ripped the front off the car. If the wall was rounded, that wouldn't have happened. That's just so unfortunate. Unfortunate for the guys mostly. It's my mistake.
We're wondering what racing is going to be like, but the challenge just to complete a lap, how hard is it here with no margin for error?
It's super hard, you know. It's hard enough just to get around this place, let alone race around it. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Hey, one thing for us tomorrow, this is a fast car that is going to be coming mid-pack.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that was a great question, Kevin, because if that happens tomorrow, it's a race ender.
You know, he mentioned...
well done, the amazing talent of Lee Diffie as well. If he hits the wall of the race guy, it's a race ender. Didn't know that. In all my years of commentating, that's news to me.
Same here. I thought if you hit the wall at the speeds that they're going at, I thought it would be absolutely fine. And Lee Diffie on NASCAR would be funny with that quote.
Well,
in
get used to it.
NASCAR, if you hit the wall at the speed that NASCAR go,
it's
they
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Definitely
Tastes
fine.
better scratch with those tin cars. By the way, get used to hearing Lee Diffie because he's going to be on the Eurosport commentary feed which is also Moto Trend during Le Mans next week. So Diffie's on the call.
What sessions?
Be that Alex Jakes is on it.
Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle.
And Brundle.
Yeah, loads of them. Everyone's on.
Davidson.
Yeah, AJ's there too. Alan
Do we
Jones.
know what sessions they're doing?
No. No idea. But there's no IndyCar next weekend, so they've got a free weekend.
That is true.
Time's coming up then, last 2:20 of this session. Before we go into the Firestone Fast 6, there is Alex Palou. Usually in a blue car, now in a very light green car with the Ridge Light sponsorship. Looks more like a 7-Up can, though, doesn't it, at the moment? It looks like the Jordan for the 1991 season.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, put a 7-Up logo on it. You've got a great livery there. It's a great livery, actually, for the Ridgeline. Pelot goes into first. 101.6390. I was going to say fourth, but the timing screen put him up into P1. Marcus Ericsson goes second. 101.9449. But Power's up by nearly is up by 0.6 of a second. Newgarden is improving by a tenth. Power's up by 0.7 of a second. Power only goes third. He lost a lot of time in that last sector. Tons of time.
Keep an eye on the two McLarens of O'Ward and Rosenquist.
Yeah, because look, here comes O'Ward towards the line. And Pato goes P4. And he's already going for another lap faster. We've got another 1 minute, so he may as well push. The racing is pushing hard. Pagano to fourth. That pushes Armstrong out. Here comes Scott Dixon through winner's circle. Across the line, which is there the controller is for this session. Dixon doesn't improve. Stays 8th. And does he box? Did he box? No, Rosenquist 5th. Whoa!
Oh!
Armstrong sliding, coming through 6 and 7, and then Dan winner's circle straight. And Armstrong goes through into 6th position. He does it. Kicks out O'Ward. McLaughlin's up by 0.04 of a second as well.
That was really close to being in the wall. I'm surprised he kept it out.
Oh, Newgarden's gone third. So that pushes out Armstrong, and Newgarden is done. So is Kirkwood. He didn't get back out. Here comes McLaughlin. Does he improve by 0.2? Does he get through? Yes! Scotty Mack to 5th as Grosjean goes 2nd. Checkered flag is out. The session concludes with a Firestone 12. Dixon up to the line, up by 1.5. Takes the checkered flag. Goes 6th. Power's out. He's 0.2 down. Pagano's out. O'Ward is out. Rosenquist's out. I think that's it. Armstrong might get through in the number 11. He's still pushing hard. Out of the last corner. Takes the checkered flag. Armstrong's down by 0.2 and doesn't improve. It's all done and dusted. As apparently my iPad wants to text Dad bye-bye for some reason on the Siri things. Dad doesn't have a mobile, so chance to be a fun thing. Power doesn't improve. So your Firestone Fast 6 is Pelot, Grosjean, Ericsson, Newgarden, and McLaughlin and Dixon. And this is the slide from that was the slide from Marcus Armstrong, Josh, and then he put him in the wall.
Yeah, that was so close, too close for comfort. Might need here it is again. Might need a new pair of pants after that.
He's getting out of the car as well. What did you make of that session, Amy? He's not there.
It was close.
Oh.
Here we go. Hello. Yeah, really close. Enjoyed it. And it's always the sessions I enjoy which go down and you don't know who's gonna get through. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. And so, do you have any more predictions, guys?
Pole position will go to Marcus Ericsson still. Although Amanda on the Green Network team, she said Alex Pelot. Currently, she's right. So starting 7th.
Possible.
Yeah,
I'll agree. Yeah, that's what I'm going for as well.
Power starts 7th. Pagano 8th. Rosenquist 9th. O'Ward 10th. Armstrong 11th. And Carl Kirkwood is 12th. Let's go over to NBC.
Diff, look who I'm with. This is my new friend, Flava Flav from Public Enemy. Welcome to IndyCar.
And this is my new friend, Kevin Lee, in the place to be, because he's rocking from the bottom to the TOP right here at the Grand Prix.
How about that one? I don't know that I have a follow-up from this. Have you been to IndyCar before? What do you make of what you're seeing?
Hey, I've never been to an IndyCar race ever in my life, but I've always been a big fan of racing, though, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, back in the days, you know, my racing greats were people like Al Unser and Mario Andretti, you know, people like that, you know the old greats, the old legends.
So what is this event? You spent a lot of time in Detroit. What do you think this event does for this city?
Honestly, I think this event right now takes this city to a whole brand new level. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And let me tell you something. I live in Las Vegas, too. And we're doing the same thing out in Las Vegas, but with Formula One. You know, they're building the streets into a Formula One track. But this is incredible how they took the streets here and converted it into a Grand Prix track. Amazing.
This is cool to have you here. You'll be back tomorrow morning. You'll be here early, yeah?
Definitely. I'm going to be here tomorrow morning. I'm going to be here early, bright and early. I might beat the sun out.
All right, guys, this is better than a selfie. Flavor Flav, Kevin Lee on NBC and Peacock.
Hey,
back to you.
Hey, you will never, ever be anything else, Kevin, but Kevin Lee on the TOP, okay?
That's right. That's right.
Thanks, Flavor Flav. That was awesome. Didn't expect that one today, did you, fellas?
You just never know who you're going to see or what you're going to find at an IndyCar race.
All right, Marty Snyder, try and top that.
I don't know if I can top that. We'll chat with Pat O'Ward, who's talking it over with Will Anderson, his engineer. And did I hear you say there was not another ounce of speed in that car?
Yeah, no. A bit disappointing. We felt really good in practice, and we couldn't go faster for some reason. So we'll look into it. We probably missed it a little bit, maybe on you know, I can think of pressures or tire warm-up, but we definitely didn't have half a second in there.
Let's talk about what you think this race will be like tomorrow, Pato. Is it going to be the chaos that sort of everybody is predicting?
I think it'll be about survival, yeah. You know, is it going to be as crazy as Nashville? I don't know. Does it have the potential to be as crazy as Nashville? Absolutely. So I think tomorrow is just all about survival, and I think it'll be tricky with the blend line being where it is and when the yellows fall and people taking it or not taking it. So, yeah, I think it'll be definitely interesting.
A lot to think about for the Drivers' Day, but no doubt he hit on the key word, survival, for the race.
Yeah, got to be patient around here. Marcus Armstrong had a great lap going, and then what happened?
I don't know what lap you're referring to, but I think, yeah, just generally not the cleanest session from my side. In saying that, the car was unbelievable in the first run of quali, and it's annoying really because we had so much potential. So I'm going to have a quick look at the data and understand what exactly happened, because yeah, the last sector felt pretty dicey. So yeah, next time.
I think we were thinking of that chicane where it was a nice save out there. But for you as a rookie, I mean, you're kind of on the same level playing field with everybody here. Is that part of the reason, and that the car being so good, that you're a little disappointed in qualifying now?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's irrelevant of, you know, this being a new track and me being a rookie. I felt like we were capable of being inside the top three. So, yeah, it hurts. That one hurts because, yeah, I feel like the boys have done a really good job preparing for this race, and yeah, and I felt really comfortable. So tomorrow's going to be a good one. It's a long, long race. The track is going to be pretty exciting to race on, so it's all to play for.
We'll keep our eye on you. Coming from mid-pack will be Marcus Armstrong. Marty?
Let's chat with Will Power, and boy, I saw you get out of the car so frustrated. What was that about?
Oh, we didn't know we had another lap.
It was miscommunication, that's what I thought.
We started the lap. No, it wasn't actually. Actually, they didn't know if there was enough fuel till there. It wasn't, so my mistake. I made a little mistake into there and aborted the lap, and then realized that is my last lap, but then we had another shot at it. We certainly had the pace, but 7th ain't bad. It's on the inside. It's pretty bumpy there, so on the outs, on the other side. But yeah, we'll see, man. Like, you don't know how these races are going to go. It's a pretty wild track, so sometimes it doesn't matter where you qualify. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. The Verizon Chevy crew have done a great job all month. I made a little mistake in Indy, and I made a little mistake there. So yeah, just super competitive series. You got to take everything you can get.
Will, if you had to look at the race tomorrow, how would you say it's going to play out?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes you think it's going to be yellow after yellow, and it doesn't. But I would say it's going to be, yeah, pretty hectic. Yeah. Yeah, I would think like Nashville potentially.
There you go. Yeah. That's the second driver, Dave, that's mentioned that first race at Nashville, which was just pure chaos from start to finish.
And Marty, I'm with my second driver, who's just about a 10th from getting to the next round, which would have been the Fast 6. Seems like a good session for you regardless.
Yeah, no, overall, just going to be happy. You know, we haven't had the best start of the season, so
it's awesome for the team. It's awesome for the atmosphere within the team and the momentum we need to go forward. So really excited for the guys. They worked late last night. We had some issues, and it's awesome to be able to reward them with what we deserved, you know, being in the top 10. So very excited. I love the track. It's very technical. You know, you got to hit every apex perfect with a lot of bumps. I love it personally, but it's an exercise out there to just get it right. So very, very excited for AutoNation, SiriusXM, and Honda to be able to be where we belong.
As the driver, Simon, were you able to see some of the improvement in the car, in the handling, things that you know were better than they were earlier this season?
For sure, but this type of track also suits my style very well. Kind of knew it coming in, you know, all the 90 degrees corner is kind of my specialty. But also the team's improving, and you know, all the work we do on the simulator is helping. And we're finding a good groove on the street circuit. So just gotta click those results, and then you'll see the team is just gonna wake up and show its potential.
Good run for Simon Pagenaud and Meyershank Racing, Marty.
Dave, when Felix Rosenquist and I were chatting before qualifying, you said the whole key is going to be just getting a lap put together. Were you able to do it in that final session there?
Not super happy with how it went. Probably one of my worst qualifying performances. You know, looking at myself and what I did, I just felt like there was more in it. I just didn't really put something together. It was always, you know, locking front, locking rear, bit of oversteer, bit of understeer. Like I wasn't really vibing with the car that much, but it's for sure speed in it. I think we're as quick as anyone else, and it's just super tight. You have to make a perfect lap, otherwise you're gonna be lost out. So yeah, unfortunately, but we'll work from there.
With the predicted chaos tomorrow in the race, is this a race where you don't have to start up front maybe to win it?
Potentially. I mean, we're looking at Nashville as an example, and that's been historically that way. I think it always helps to be up front, though. Looking at the Indy Lights race, it's really messy in the back, and it's like a traffic jam through turn 3 on the first lap. So I'm happy not being all the way back there. So I think P9 is not too bad, and you know, anything can happen strategy-wise. So we're good.
If you can hear the Fast 6 going green right now, but all the drivers talking about just how difficult it is to put together the perfect laps here on the streets of Detroit.
The Firestone Fast 6 is underway here at the Detroit Grand Prix. What are we going to see? Who are we going to see on pole position? Palou, Grosjean, Ericsson, Newgarden, McLaughlin or Dixon, all in the running as well. The fight for pole position is here. Let's have some predictions for pole then. We've already said it, but here's another one. Who's going to line up second? Josh.
Second, it's going to be whoever doesn't get pole and whoever's closest to pole but doesn't actually get it. That's a Will Buxton answer if you've ever heard one. But
I'm saying
Palou or Dixon.
I'm saying Ericsson will be second. Amy. So I'm saying Ericsson's my pole winner. Sorry, that's because Jake Snake said Marcus Ericsson will take pole position because he's fast on the street. My personal second place will probably be Grosjean, but I think Ericsson's going to get pole position. I agree with you, Jake. Omi, what about you? P2, because you already had your pick a winner. Pick a pole.
I'll go for second. I'll go for Grosjean with Palou first.
Sounds good. Good lineup. Good race then coming. We're about to find out who has what here at Detroit. Nearly said Belle Isle, but we're not in Belle Isle. We're on the other side of the circuit now, on the banks of the Detroit River. And the lap times are underway already. 6 minutes only is what they get to set their fast times. And fingers crossed, that is going to be quite a smooth run as well. Timing screen's very much delayed at the moment as it comes through. Sector times are looking strong as well. I'd love it if we actually get the sector times from them because we're having to do it. Palou, 18.0, 21.4, 24.8. Palou's first time, 103.742, and Ericsson's gone straight on, guys. He's gone straight on down at the paddock area. That's at the Water Street as well at Winner's Circle.
Did Grosjean.
Did he do the same thing? Oh, he's locked up.
Right behind.
Oh, that is going to be so dangerous in the race. He thought it was part of the track. Oops, sorry. Donut time. Grosjean boxes. Throw it away his first attempt.
I mean, it is a Romain Grosjean thing to do.
Sadly
in
so.
IndyCar, it seems like.
Pelot's got the top on us, 103.7, but we've seen 101s. We know the pole time. We know. Could we dare see a 1 minute time around this Detroit street circuit? Brand new to the calendar, 100 laps tomorrow at this speed. Just under 2 hours in duration. Going to be a magic Grand Prix. Absolutely magic. Plus safety cars, plus red flags. Basically, I hope no one's planning an evening tomorrow. What time are we on here tomorrow, Josh? 8 p.m.
Nashville. Clear your evenings, everyone.
Yeah.
Massive tip. Might want to clear your evenings for tomorrow as well,
Yeah.
with how tight this circuit is.
Everyone is saying this is like Nashville. It's that type of circuit.
I've related it to Long Beach as
Yeah. Well, I hope
A lot
not,
of
because
people have.
I really hope not, because Long Beach was the most boring race of the year this year. Nothing happened until Dixon put it in the wall.
I mean, I meant track layout, but yeah, hopefully the racing, just the track layout is.
Yeah. Dixon up by 9 tenths already on this sector, so he's looking strong from P4. Can he keep that second
It
advantage
is
he's got?
hot at Gateway right now.
Apparently, Jake says, oh, no, Grosjean nearly hit Ericsson, both went off, yeah. So my first and second, taking an unusual route out there on the circuit.
121 degrees Fahrenheit for NASCAR right now.
Is that at Worldwide Technology Raceway?
Yeah.
That's a big call. Dixon's finding
Anyway.
some pace. New Garden's up too, so is McLaughlin's 1.4 seconds ahead. How's he done that?
Could this be our time?
Yeah, for sure. McLaughlin's pushing down the back straightaway, down Jefferson Avenue towards the Spritz Plaza. Just listening to the engine sitting that Penske. Onto the brakes. Newgarden's slowing in. Newgarden's gone top. 103.353. Not the time we were thinking. Still, here comes McLaughlin.
Low quick.
Into the same
Well.
section that Formula One used back in the 1980s. Cross the line at winner's circle. Is McLaughlin P1? Yes, he is! Scotty Mack to the top. 102.4743. Pelot's 5 tenths up though, Josh. This is looking strong.
Yeah, half a second. Newgarden 1/10 up as well. Here comes Pelot towards the line.
Race Fans is just tweeting me saying live Monaco Grand Prix. I think Race Fans has been hacked, their Twitter account. Pelot to the top, as you said, 101.8592. Scott Dixon will have to start another lap. This will be the last runs though, as we come across the alternate start telemetry time. Dixon's up. Newgarden starts a time. All pushing. And Newgarden's out. That's it. He's into the pits. Session done. Ericsson to 5th. Grosjean down to 6th. Grosjean goes 2nd. I got one part of it right. Oh. McLaughlin goes immediately 2nd. Pelot fastest. Dixon's trying to find some space time. Nothing conjuring. Desperately holding on. Cautiously, wildly accelerating as a line. Best used. 7 seconds left in the session. I don't think anything's going to happen here as well. Checker flag is out. Dixon takes it. Does he improve? Only to 4th. I think McLaughlin's tyres are done, but he's only a 10th away. If McLaughlin is 10th down now, coming to the middle sector. Grosjean 6 tenths off. Ericsson 7 tenths off. Newgarden and Dixon in the pit lane. So is Pelot. I think Alex Pelot has got a pole position in hand. 2 poles in a row. Indy 500 in the Detroit Grand Prix. Punching the steering wheel as well for McLaughlin. It's Alex Pelot with a 2nd pole position in a row. He went from the Indy 500 to the master of the new Detroit Street Circuit. He's on top here for the first time in a new course. And Power goes third. Times have changed. I think that's wrong. Oh, that's Grosjean sliding and touching the wall. That was tight.
Yeah, Grosjean, there's a wall there, mate.
Alex Palou.
Grosjean's had a history with barriers and walls, hasn't he?
He has. Palou, McLaughlin, Grosjean top 3, Dixon, Newgarden and Ericsson complete the Firestone Fast 6. Okay then, guys, I think we've wrapped on that. Good session, I think, for Alex Palou. Let's get your thoughts on it, Josh. What are you thinking going into the race tomorrow?
Chaos. Tomorrow, chaos. Literally, it's gonna be... if caution breeds caution is actually a phrase, and it's true, which we've seen other places, but if it's like properly actually true, it'll be here tomorrow in Detroit. It is absolutely insane as Palou gets out of the car, but yeah, cautions breed cautions, I think, tomorrow.
Ericsson is P6. Now the timing screen has reframed itself as well. I think he had a mistake on that. I mean, that 1:02.618 is his fastest time as well. Was in the pits twice and did 5 laps in this little session. Alex Palou, though, will get the P1 hat and the P1 sticker award. Omi, what did you make of this session?
Well, basically the same as Josh. I think we're going to have a lot of chaos tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. But before that, we are going to have a lot of action at Spain with F1, F2, F3, and obviously the British touring cars. Let's not forget about that. So yeah, I think we're going to be in for a great day. But for the IndyCar, I'm really looking forward to it.
Let's hear from Palou.
Didn't feel really good, so I was concerned about if we were going to be able to make 2 laps or not. But yeah, super happy. My first pole on a street course. It's great to be back here on pole. Amazing effort by the CGR team. And yeah, it's going to be a tough day tomorrow for sure.
A lot of firsts for you lately. The first oval pole, the first street course pole. I mean, this pole thing's kind of becoming a regular thing for you all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's it feels good. It feels good. Honestly, we had a great car since the beginning.
Marcus Ericsson in.
We had the great car since the beginning, and it was just about maximizing. I think they did a great strategy on tires and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be. We need to finish it tomorrow.
Yeah, the pole is one thing. How is this race going to be? I mean, I think it's, what, 4 or 5 offs for you, the guy sitting on the pole. This place has been a challenge, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I got off a lot in practice. We were wanting to see where the limit was. We found it, but man, it's a crazy track. I think it's too tight for Indy cars and too short as well, but it's going to be tough, but yeah, we'll make it happen.
Alex Palou gets...
Alex Palou's on pole position. He gets the P1 Trophy Award as well. Well, my thanks up in the comments box to Omi and to Josh and to all of you at home. We'll be back tomorrow for Formula E at 2 a.m. Qualifying is from 4:30. The race from 8:30. 8:50 is Formula 3's race as well. And then we've got touring cars and Formula 1 and IndyCar back tomorrow. Thanks to Josh, thanks to Omi and the entire team today. That's it. An 18-hour broadcast day is done here on JP Motorsports. Thanks everyone for if you've watched it all or if you've just tuned in. 18 hours done. I mean this most sincerely, folks. Good night.